What's up, Rockstars? Today I have the pleasure of doing something that you guys have been requesting for a long time. I'll be going through some of the games in my collection and telling you why I have them, why they're there, what was I thinking when I bought them, how long have I played them. Everything you wanted to know about what I think about these games is about to come out. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. Now, as always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. This is a community-driven page and channel, and so it is through their support, the financial support, that I'm able to critique to my heart's content the game industry, because I do not take any money from any game developer, so that I can give you my honest opinion and my wild's opinion. If you can support that and want to hear also like a weekly update from me through an audio log and some other things, some sneak peeks, some behind the scenes, some polls, all that kind of stuff, there's a link down below to my Patreon and a crazy Discord. I shouldn't forget that. So as always, thank you to all of them and for you for considering it. And if not, that's fine too. I get it's not for everybody, and not everybody can do it or even wants to, and that's okay. I totally understand. Just a like on the video, a comment saying that this video was helpful, helps a lot. The YouTube AI loves it. I love hearing from you guys. Again, this is all about the community, so let's be a community. All right, with that out of the way, I'd also like to just say that this video is sponsored. I'll be telling you about a giveaway I'll be having in just a little bit further down in the video. And again, there are timestamps to just about anything you could want. So feel free to use those to your heart's content as well. Let's go and dive right into it. And I'm going to start out, actually. I thought, for the most part, this is going to be a multi-part series. I don't have like 300 games or anything crazy like that. I do have a lot of expansions to a lot of games, though. I'm like looking at them right now. Ugh. Some of these, I might only have like 2 games plus a whole bunch of expansions. I'll tell you about them. But I figured this one's going to be kind of targeted. So I'm going to just... It's kind of a smattering, but we're going to start out with Magic the Gathering. And the reason I chose Magic the Gathering is because, first of all, I have it. It's like a mess. Like, here's some decks here that are semi-sleeved. I need to get more sleeves. And then I got some more crap here, and some more crap in here, and more here. Here's some loose ones, and then this completely stuffed one here. And by completely stuffed, I mean like it's like full. So, why did I start with Magic the Gathering? Well, it really started me, I think, at least a seed on this path. So I played Magic the Gathering as a kind of a young teen. I got in on the Mirrodin, so I'm not as old school as a lot of you guys, but I was there for a lot of artifacts and Platinum Angels and Whisper Silk Cloaks and all that other kind of fun stuff. After that was the Kamigawa pack, if you remember. That was like some samurai thing, which was super cool. I liked that, and you could have like cards that were, you know, there were 2 cards on one, and you know, you could have just a simple farmer that then becomes like a Bushido samurai or some crazy stuff like that. I was really into like anime at the time, and so like the Japanese stuff was all about it. I was really into Magic, and I had quite a bit. I ended up giving it all away. You know how that is. I think I actually gave it away. My old Warhammer stuff I sold for $80, but this wasn't a lot. Magic, though, I really enjoyed. Back then, I played the Star Wars card game, not the original one. This was the one that had you on like your heroes, and then there was land, and then there was air, and so there was like 3 battles going on at once, and you had to like win 2 of them essentially. Really enjoyed that one as well. But I was a teen. I had like an allowance that I spent. Magic really, though, was my main passion back then, and really started me down on this path again. So this pack in particular, not the cards in it right now, but what this gift box came with, my wife and I, though she wasn't even my wife at the time, just a girlfriend, decided to, I forget, we were celebrating something. I don't remember what. I think maybe we were just out on a date. Maybe that was it. We just gone to a movie, and there was a nerd place I remembered from back in the day, like near the movie place we went to go. I don't remember what movie it was. It shows you I wasn't thinking about the movie, I guess. And she had played Magic a little bit, and you know, was a nerd like me or whatever, and so I was like, well, hey, let's go on over there. So we're going over there, and then we saw a gift box here, and like, you know what, let's play Magic. She's like, yeah, I've played Magic in forever. So we got this like gift box. So we had a whole bunch of stuff, and it came with like 6 booster packs or some junk like that. I don't know, does it even say? No, it's like black on the back. Anyway, so we started playing Magic. And now here I'm with the channel. So kind of reinvigorated. So I wanted to start there, and it's a mess right now. I don't even know what these are. I don't know what these are. Most of this, by the way, because I'd given away all of my cards, thousands. It was a lot, like binders stacked, right, and then a whole bunch of stuff like this. You can buy on Amazon. I might even link to the one I did because it was pretty good. Some of them can be kind of shady, but you get like 1,000 cards for like really cheap. Now none of them are like, you know, like you'll get a few dollar rares maybe, but like it's not. I mean, you don't do it to invest. You do it just to get bulk cards that you can build off of, and it comes from like all sorts of different sets, from old to new. As you can see, when we did this, it was the return to Innistrad is when I joined back up, but and I ebb and flow into Magic every so often. You know, we'll play 18 games in a row and then get sick of it and then shelve it for a while, which is why it's been there for a long time. But anyway, starting out with Magic the Gathering, and that's why I have it. It'll probably be part of my life for forever. I really like the system. I like the mana. I like the complex card stuff. I love card combat. I tell you guys all the time in my reviews, and you guys don't believe me because I only like mostly cover miniature games. And actually, that's what I want to talk about next. Let's talk about Machi Koro. This is the Bright Lights Big City. If you're going to buy Machi Koro, get this version. Unless there's an updated version. I don't think so. This was at Target, I think, only at the time. I don't know if it still is or whatever. Hey, IDW did this. Machi Koro was a game I played. It was probably my second like real board game. So I was introduced via Zombicide at work. I'll talk more about that when I show off Zombicide. But either way, it was the second season of Zombicide. The ones like the prison outbreak or whatever. And so my little mind was blown away because there were these cool freaking minis and this. Oh, what is that? That's a freaking abomination. What the? You know, I've been playing Cthulhu. Okay, so like this beat the little race car I played in Monopoly by a lot. Right, you can see those Zombicide stuff. So my mind was blown. I was instantly in love. I went and got my own car. My wife was there with me, and so then we showed my kids all that stuff. But started getting into board games. But you don't know what you like and what you don't like, and you're just kind of exploring. And mostly, I played games at work and then bought them. Right, Machi Koro was one of those. So it was game night at work, and we. Somebody brought some Machi Koro, not the Big Lights Big City. It was just the core box. It wasn't any of the expansions or anything like that. And I loved it. I went heavy into forests. I rolled a bunch of 5s. I didn't win, but got like second place, I believe. And I was like, this is cool. I like this. Build my own little place or whatever. And it's, again, a little kind of Japanese style kind of thing, right? Machi Koro, or I may just be assuming there. I hear that and I think Japanese, but perhaps I'm unintentionally racist, but it is unintentional if that's the case. I honestly don't know. I'm just ignorant. Anyway, moving on from that, I really like Machi Koro. If you guys are down with the game, I'll play Machi Koro with you. I like it. It's fun. I don't have to play big, heavy games. Sometimes I like to play a light game like this. Also, my father is 75, and I can't teach him things, really, at this point. He doesn't learn things. That's not the stage of his life right now. But Machi Koro, I have successfully taught. He knows how to play it. I'd have to remind him again. It's like every time. But we could totally play it and have some fun. And I enjoy playing with, my parents and family at large or whatever. And you'll see that with a few other games too. Not in this one, necessarily, but just in general. Okay, so next up. SmallWorld. I'll choose SmallWorld. SmallWorld taught me that I like simple mechanics that are nuanced. And the thing I really liked about this was the most important decision you make in SmallWorld isn't even what race to pick necessarily, or where you go, or who you take over, or what buffs you do, or anything like that. It's when you decide to lose a turn by retiring your race. That is the single most important decision in this game, and it's so drastically important and so mismanaged when you're first playing, right? You keep trying to play, and I do the same thing even now, right? I keep wanting, I can do one more turn and earn 6 more gold, and I can still earn 4 more gold, because you don't want to lose that turn. But knowing when to actually retire a race is huge in SmallWorld. And then it also had just niceties like, often you'll find in stores, like game stores, right? Not physical, inside of a game, when you're playing a game and you can buy stuff at the shop in the store, in the game, not a game store. I'm explaining this terrible. You often have games that you can't refresh the store. So there's these options here, and if nobody wants them, the store just kind of sits there. I have said that as a negative in at least 3 reviews that I can think of. Like, I say it often. There needs to be a way to refresh the stock in a store in a board game. But if there's not, it just sits there because nobody wants to buy those and nobody's willing to buy them just to cycle in more cards so that the next person now gets better options, right? It just doesn't happen. So the fact that you have to pay to pass over the races in SmallWorld so that the less desirable ones become more desirable naturally. Again, there's so many good. I really like SmallWorld. I really do. The art style's fun. It's a cool theme. It plays super well. It's streamlined. It's there's still some skill involved. There's a lot of different combinations you have. I don't even have a lot of the expansions. I really only have just this SmallWorld. I don't have anything else, and I've played this dozens of times, and I really enjoy it. It also taught me that I like area control, dudes on a map, whatever you want to. I don't even know what genres are these days. I never do. Sometimes I have people try to explain it to me, and I get different results. So whatever this game is, I like the style. I was like, oh, I like being able to deploy my units, and it's kind of like Risk, right? I played Risk a little bit as a teen, and really liked it. So yeah, SmallWorld, huge. Again, no minis. It taught me, by the way, that I like that. I like skirmish. I like dungeon crawls. I like one versus many. The types of genres I like tend to have minis, but that doesn't make or break a game for me, actually. As you can see, I just showed 3 without minis. Let's go to minis, though. Hey guys, I'm interjecting here real quick to talk about my sponsor, INTOTHEAM. As you can see, I have been wearing one of their shirts all day, and I mean, I love it. I've worn this dozens of times. Seriously, by now, I wear them all the time. I wash them all the time. Still looks great. It's not some iron-on crap. Looks good. The softest shirts I own. Sleeves fits good. They're all great. And I have giveaways for you. That's right. I have 2 $50 gift certificates. Here's one right here, but you can't use it because I'm blocking the number, but I see it, and it could be yours as well. This is open to pretty much anybody. All gotta do is, you gotta have access to email, I guess, but otherwise you're good to go. To be able to enter this, I'll give you the rules for that in just a moment. I wanted to show you real quick what you could do with this, because one of the cool things here is they have a graphic tees 3 for $60, and you're getting a $50 coupon. And that's not bad. Now, I don't know if my discount code works. I do have a 10% discount code down below, even if you don't do the 3. I don't know if it works in tandem with the 3. If you do plus a 50, you're pretty much scotch-free at that point, right? I mean, that's awesome. And they have some new ones here, so you could grab the Ancient Visitors tee if you wanted. You could grab the Cranium Thorn tee. This one's super sweet. I actually really like the Space Drip tee. That one's freaking amazing. You could grab one of the other new ones, maybe a Shattered Space tee if you want, whatever the heck is going on there, a moon going into his face. They have some really, really cool ones. The Galactic Cycle tee is awesome as well. So many good ones. I hadn't even seen this one, Galactic Haze. That's awesome. Again, like crazy, crazy cool. Look how awesome that one is. Love it. They have some freaking sweet shirts, and they are the, like, best quality I've seen. I get nothing for peddling crap to you guys. This is really, really good stuff. I love, love, love these shirts. Their boxers are also good, highly recommended. They feel amazing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I've never, well, maybe there's some buts, but I've never experienced anything like it before. It's great. So 3 for $60. There's 2 $50 gift cards. How to get it? What I want you to do, click the link down below, take a look at what there is, and tell me what you would get with the gift card. Or if you have already gotten some, let me know which teas you got so that I know what to look out for. They have a lot, several pages. I haven't looked at all of them yet, though I've looked at quite a few, so I might know what you got. I know some of you are in their monthly program where you get like a shirt for way cheap, but it's like a random one. Let me know if you got any of those. I would love to hear how you guys are using it, probably so I can end up spending more money by getting some, because again, these are so good. So good. Every time I get a shirt that's not like, I like my, Metroid one and stuff like that, but it just doesn't feel as good. I feel so bad. These are so comfy. Really, really good. So, and great prices too. They got good sales. Again, 3 for $60. That's awesome. Two $50 gift cards. Go ahead and make the comment. I will post a winner in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I'll come back and I'll do a little random thing and I'll grab a comment out. And then as long as that comment's telling me about how you would or have interacted with Into the AM when it comes to getting some sweet clothing, then I'll get in contact with you, or you'll get in contact with me by looking at that video. So stay tuned for that. And again, if you don't want to miss that video, be sure to subscribe, of course. But definitely excited to be able to, anytime I can give you guys stuff, like free stuff, that's freaking awesome. I love it. So I got 2 of them. Again, link down below. Go ahead and follow that link and see what's available. All right, let's get back to the video. Fun story about this one. First of all, I'm going to explain why I have 2 copies. And I'm going to explain the importance of Descent. Let's go ahead and move these to the side and just talk Descent here. So, Descent 2nd Edition was the first board game I bought myself. It was before Zombicide, it was before Machi Koro, it was before SmallWorld. Those followed very quickly afterwards. I tend to obsess as a person, and so when I get passionate about something, I go all in. It can be good, it can be bad. This channel, the fact that I can't just enjoy board games like you guys. I have to run this stupid YouTube channel and like dedicate half my life to it, and I get a lot of enjoy. It's a good thing. Don't worry about it. I'm not actually complaining. I just talk crap. But I tend to obsess, right? And so I didn't just like start even with the core box. I went and bought several things. So I'm playing Magic the Gathering, and that's what I'm doing, right? And it is Return to Zendikar or whatever. The one, it had full art foil lands. And I got one. It was like a chase ultra mythic kind of thing, right? There was very rare. It was worth about $200 of in-store credit, or about $170 if the store just bought it off me. And I play casually, right? I don't do Friday Night Magic or anything like that. I make wolf decks and play those, right? That's what I do. So I was like, shoot, this card alone is cool. It's not worth $200 to me. So I traded in for $200, but now I have $200 of in-store credit. I could just put it into Magic, but I felt that was kind of like buying a lotto ticket with lotto winnings, and it just seemed weird to me. And I'd already played Zombicide, and in fact, I think I'd already played Machi Koro at the time as well. By that point, I was probably doing also Great Dawn Moody, and gosh, what is that winter game? I can't even think of it now. Why? I don't know. The name escapes me. The one where it's like winter and you're trying to survive. Anyway, I think it's semi-co-op. A lot of standees. Suffice it to say, I bought Descent. I did a lot of research, right? And like, okay, what game do I want? And I was watching a lot of the Dice Tower, and this game looked super cool. So I got this. And then, of course, this was not $200. So I also got this. So I got both of these. And this was my start to my board game collection right here. So I got the Lair of the Worm expansion plus the Descent. Now, in this box, because I know you guys have been wondering why I have multiple, I have a box that's just filler. There's nothing in here. It's just there to keep stuff pressed down. I got junk. They don't store they don't provide storage very well. You'll see right here, there's actually some tiles that are still wrapped. And that's because what they decided to do, we'll talk about Massive Darkness in a future video. What they decided to do was actually change the campaign. So midway through producing this, they actually made a new campaign that you can play through. Now, I talk a lot about my buddy that plays, he was a work buddy at the time. I don't work there anymore, but he does a lot of GMing for Dungeons and Dragons, and he has thousands of minis. He's a single dude, has a technical job, lots of disposable income and free time. So he does a lot of, that's what he does. He runs a whole, the most like largest meetup thing here for D&D. He runs it, right? So he does a lot of that stuff. And what he'll do is he'll buy a copy of a game on Kickstarter or wherever just for the minis, and he'll literally throw away the box of other stuff, all the map tiles, all the cards. He has no need for them. He just tosses them, he junks them. Or if he wants to play the game, he'll buy 2 copies. He'll buy one copy to keep whole, and then the other copy to just take out the minis and then dunk it, because he doesn't want to have to go gather the minis and all that. And he has to like add the kobolds to his hundreds of other kobolds, and he's organized like some, like, you remember in Mythbusters where you'd go and see like all the tubs lined with like labels and stuff. That's his minis. Okay, so anyway, he had another box of Descent with the new expansion, so I was like, well, shoot, I'll take that. So he gave me the box, so I have both campaigns in there, and then in here is my minis of shame. Yes, that's right, that's how I store them. So sue me. So this was my first painted mini that I ever completed. I never completed my orcs when I painted them as a teen. I had primed in black, I had a silver, and I had 2 greens. So I was able to do guns, and I was able to, they didn't have like a wash or anything like that at the time, so I was able to paint it dark green and then paint light green on top of that to add some muscle definition, and that's how I painted them. I never based them or did anything like that. They didn't have eyes or... So this was the first thing, and I literally went and bought the purple and the black and the red and the green, and I did a little bit of dry brushing on there. Not that you can, I mean, you can't really see it, but these are the shadow dragons. It's varnished like... anyway... So I did those, and then, oh gosh, what did I do? I did the Naga, so I was painting these minis, right? So I did the Naga. They're all shiny because they're varnished in gloss. And I did the, what are these, Mirrodin? I did these guys as well. Again, not super great or anything, but I did them. And I did these lava monster dudes as well. And that's pretty much it. Those are my first minis. There you go. You're all cut up. Oh, wait. There's this guy too, but I don't think I don't even know if I finished. I didn't finish him. He still has black on him. So anyway, and then I even because I never finished anything, I even primed some of the heroes we were using, right? But I never actually ended up painting them. Oh, the imp guys. I painted the imp guys too. So I painted these guys as well. So anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, it's slightly embarrassing perhaps. I haven't played this in forever, but we did play this a ton. I got a few other expansions, like that's what this Great Ape guy came from. I would pick which ones I wanted and go and get those, and that's what I would do there. I'm going to talk briefly about buying too much. You guys know about FOMO, right, and Kickstarter and all that. So I have played Descent. Let's see, I played with my family, and then I played with my parents as well. So I had 2 campaigns going at the same time. It's one of the reasons why I like multiple campaign sheets. It's one of the reasons why I don't like apps that don't allow you to run multiple at the same time, or just different stuff like that. Like I will run, or destructive legacy games, right? Like I would want to run 2 at the same time sometimes, or sometimes it'll just be me and my wife, sometimes it'd be me, my wife, and my kids. Sometimes it'd be me and my wife and my parents, sometimes it would be me and my brother and my parents, or like there's different combinations. I'm often going through multiple campaigns at the same time. So I've played the first half of the Descent campaign about 3 times. Never did quite finish it though, and I've played, again, that's a ton of game sessions. It's not exactly a small campaign. So I never even got around to this. I've never once played any of these missions. I looked through it and we thought about starting it once, but wanted to finish that. So this wasted purchase, right? This was cool because it had some cool minis in it, and I did like it for the minis. I did use some of the bad guys in it as the Overlord, which is what I always played, but never played the campaign. It was a lot of money for a couple of minis. When you back a game and you're buying it all in on Kickstarter, unless you actually think you're going to be spending 60 nights playing that game, you've probably bought too much, right? And that's just wasted money. It's actually probably cheaper to only buy what you know you need and pay a little bit even extra for it if you have to. Which brings me to my next one, and my last one. Oh gosh, okay, I got it. Cthulhu, Death May Die. Love this game. Hate what Come On did with the campaign, but that's pretty typical. But the game I loved. So, Cthulhu, Death May Die is a fantastic game. I have played it about 9-10 times, perhaps. I have not finished every scenario in here. Some I have replayed more than once with different monsters. And in fact, even though there's probably about 3 scenarios I haven't played in this one. I think I played all of these. There's maybe two or 3 that I haven't played in here. There's still more variety, right? I could pick different people. I could do different things. Notice there's no season 2. I didn't get the season 2. But if I ever do find where I've played every single one to death and I'm tired of it and I want something new, I can go buy season 2 retail and it will be a lot cheaper if I don't have to at all, right? In other words, if this was as much game as I want, and I love Death May Die. It's not that I don't love it. I've played a lot of it. I play a lot of games. But I have a lot of games, so I'm not just playing one game over and over again. If I had bought Season 2 off Kickstarter, I would have wasted my money. And now I'm saving money by not buying it because this ended up being enough for me. So anytime you're buying more than you actually end up playing, that's 100% extra money, right? That 100% money down the drain. Now, you can sell it and gain some back and do that whole thing, but you could also just work a job instead of buying board games and gain money that way, too. So if that's your way of making money, that's kind of a weird way. I'd rather just not spend the money to begin with, because then I'm also not out money for like a year and a half, 2 years when I wait for the game to finally even come to me. That's a weird way to do a loan, I guess. Just to get the money right back and maybe $20 more or whatever. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. But that's just because I try not to buy things I don't need. Okay, well, I'm not that good at it, but I do try. That is just a smattering. I got a whole bunch more. There are some that I know you haven't seen. Some that I don't even know if you know I own. There are some more that don't have minis. There are plenty of surprises, maybe some expansions that I can talk about why I think this is a good value versus not. Stay tuned for part 2. That'll be coming up soon. I'll start releasing these fairly regularly. And let me know if you liked what you saw, if you liked what I had to say, if you disagree with anything, if maybe you line a little bit, maybe your story and how you got into board games. You know what? I would actually tell me that. Like, if you don't do anything, if you don't try and get the giveaway or anything like that, that's fine. Or maybe you want to do 2. You guys know I read all the comments, right? I don't always respond to all of them anymore. It's just there's not enough time in the day, sadly. But I'm all about the community, and I would love to hear how you guys got into board games. I know a lot of you guys have been in it for years. And I haven't. Like I said, I started with Zombicide, so I'm a newbie. I'm a youngin' here, but I'm enjoying it. And I hope you enjoyed this video as well. So thanks so much. Again, do check out that link to INTOTHEAM below. Helps the channel out, and you might get something cool out of it. So feel free to do that too, and save some money while you're doing it. So, all right, thanks so much, guys, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon.